Well, welcome to Midland, Texas. Just flew in, and boy, are my arms tired. Should have a beautiful one today, which is perfect because it's a beautiful summer day here in Texas. Doug with Sewell Motor Coach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky, asked me to fly out to do a quick inspection and test drive inspection on another beautiful motorhome. I don't even know what it is yet. Let's go find out. Turns out it was a 2025 Tiffin Phaeton 40 IH. And I really like this floor plan, and this thing's basically brand new. Now, I'm just at the owner's shop right now, but look, 2,800 miles are on it. I kind of feel like this is the first one I've seen with the ladder mount on the side right there. I like that. Well, I'm really jealous. I wish I had a lift this nice. Wouldn't work very well in my dirt lot, though.
It'll take you up. I'm sure it'll take you down.
So, oh, the two up? I've never been this lucky, and I'm really jealous to have this. Thank you. Look good right there. Even on the sides right here. Not any real twisting going on. I go up the rest of the way. This is a 2025, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, I am incredibly spoiled. Barbecue, drive to the airport, from the airport, man lift, covered shop. Some people might say you're trying to sway my opinion about this, but it looks really good. Fiberglass. So it was ceramic coated on the outside. Did they get the roof too?
Not the roof.
Not the roof. Okay, but they did the shower and the windows. Man, this looks incredible. No notes. You've taken really good care of it. Find nothing wrong. Even like the front and rear caps that are open instead of having the unpainted section that Tiffin likes to do. Feels really solid. Everything looks great. Side up toppers look great. Sealant looks great. Alright, maybe a little bit of the unpainted. 3 roof ACs, heat pumps. Man, with condensate drains on them too. And the man lift. It's perfect. So the 2 bottom buttons. It's an immaculate and beautiful shape. So let me go ahead and bring the slide out rooms in so I can get this thing pulled out safely. Both hydraulic slides in the bed. It's a great update. I love it when manufacturers improve their product, and Tiffin is definitely improving their product. Even the bigger touchscreen right here that's more of a portrait mode I think is a little bit more useful. Much more easy to understand. Let's see, I gotta get these up because I'll need the window. Ooh, they're manual, my favorite. I want to track this one. This one's also hydraulic. There's level out on it. I swear I'll get the beeping stopped. It's just I gotta get this out of the shop. We'll definitely take a look at it once we're in a better place. Yeah, it's a little tight, but it's manageable. Now I can go ahead and retract the jacks. If I retract the jacks while they're trying to retract, the slides won't work properly because the jack cylinders are going to try to retract and extend. So we had to do the slides first. You can see, turn it sideways a little bit. It's still pretty manageable. That beeping's gone. We can get all the way back here to the bedroom. But just by turning sideways, you can make it through here okay. I really like having a key. The push button ones I find to be a little bit irritating. Alright, so we got everything I think ready to go. Now it's possible I have a stowaway behind me too. We'll make sure they stay safe. One more thing, guys, I forgot to show you this. Not only did we check all the oil level, but I did check the tire pressures too. So we'll keep an eye on that as we're driving down the road. Alright, well, believe it or not, I left the ceiling lights on, so I will have to stop, turn those off, but I will see you guys in Kentucky at Sewell Motor Coach. well. We're doing pretty well on the road here. I have no complaints on this chassis. The driver's window squeaks a little bit. Tire pressure has been good. And the engine's been running nice and cold, along with the transmission. I'm well below even the middle of the gauge right now. And it's the middle, I wouldn't say it's the middle of summer, but it's the 1st of June. Weather's been great. We had a little bit of rain in Texas and Arkansas. And besides that same thing that I complained about on my last adaptive cruise control, I think one of the Freightliner call it the road watch beep. If I'm getting too close, it beeps on me, but I don't have control over that when people cut me off, and it slows me down when I'm doing cruise control, and I don't ever notice it because, you know, I'm driving. Otherwise, really great experience. I think this just had an oil change when I picked it up. The oil was pristine, looked brand new. It's been a real pleasure to drive. Dash AC has been cold. That's the most important thing. Oh, the seat's been comfortable too. Like I said, no complaints. All right, I'll see you over at Sewell Motor Coach. We'll do one quick look at this thing. It's basically brand new. Alright guys, just like that we made it here to Sewell Motor Coach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. I got to experience a absolutely stunning sunset as I came in. This Phaeton drove beautifully and I'm a little bit tired. I still need to get my travel partner safely disconnected and unhitched, do the inspection, call it a night, but I will see you guys in the morning and we'll do a quick little walkthrough. It's a beautiful coach. Definitely see a lot of pride of ownership with it. All right guys, I completed the inspection and test drive of this 2025 Phaeton 40IH, and it was a very easy test drive and a very easy inspection. It's basically brand new, but even better than brand new because the previous owner basically already did all the work for you and all the upgrades that you want to do on it anyways, and it's very evident to see the pride of ownership that he had for this. If anything, that's maybe one of the best selling features on this was the previous owner. And I'll try to point out all the upgrades that he did, starting on the outside right here. Now I just drove this 1,200 miles from Midland, Texas to Harrodsburg, Kentucky here. So if anything, I don't think we have nearly enough bugs on it, but I did also go through a pretty substantial rainstorm in those 1,200 miles, and this thing still looks brand new. And it's likely because it was ceramic coated. I mean, I don't even feel any dirt on it, and the ceramic coating, the owner said, did get put on the windows too. I mean, you can see how easily I can wipe off that dust effortlessly, and it feels clean underneath there too, like it's just been washed. And ceramic coating is not an inexpensive venture, and it was done right. Now another upgrade that he did is underneath the coach. Now this has a 4-point hydraulic HWH leving on it, and he already has the snap pads on the feet of the jacks, which is a really, again, something I would recommend to every owner. They do a great job of actually spreading out the weight a lot more and preventing the feet of the jack from getting damaged, let alone the damage to the pavement that you might be putting them onto. Another upgrade he went ahead and did was that he added another manual pull-out tray here in the basement. And for a 40-foot coach, you get a lot of basement storage in here, and of course you have the 2 more basement sliders here. You still have the original factory replacement tiles, and he just did the service on his generator and left you the rest of the kit. He didn't do the fuel filter yet, which isn't surprising because this 10K Onan diesel generator only has 89 hours on it. And it does have 3 roof ACs we saw on the top, and I can tell you, the generator, I couldn't even hear it when I was driving down the road, and the 3 ACs was important for the Texas heat. And I only ran 2 of them, so that was really nice to have. Now another cool little thing that he did over on the driver's side here is in the water compartment. He had a basically a threaded port right here so you could keep his water pressure regulator off the compartment floor down there, where you might get a little bit more contamination from, you know, the sewer hose area. I thought that was pretty clever. I'm surprised I don't see that more often. Now just behind this pretty much standard Tiffin compartment, it does have an aqua hot, so you have hydronic heating for water and furnace, and this does actually have 2-zone heated tile flooring. And besides not having a side mounted radiator, I could see liking this a lot more than a 40-foot Allegro bus. It has almost everything you'd want, without a lot of the more temperamental upgrades, you know, like power shades. But it still does have a 450 horsepower Cummins engine on it. The ACs still do have the condensate drains routed through the ceiling above, down the rear cap. And speaking of the rear cap, you guys notice that there's no rear janky ladder on it? You know, like the ones I've been complaining about for a couple of years now. This one was optioned with a Lippert ladder support right there. And in the basement, it does have the Lippert branded telescoping ladder that comes with it. That'll just hook onto that bracket. And of course, it's still a telescoping ladder you can use anywhere on the coach or even in your house. That's why I really like those, and they're a lot safer than these guys right here. And they don't cause water leaks in the roof, and they don't get damaged when you back up into them. It is fairly brand new, so the tires date code is just 1124, so a lot of life left on those. And of course, this is a 25, so there's no Schwintek slides on the bedroom. They're all hydraulic slides. Again, not really an upgrade, but it is nice not to have to worry about upgrading those Schwintek slides. Now in the front compartment right here, you can see this slide out will go out that direction too. You got the inverter above, the Go Power MPP charge controller, because it did have those 3 solar panels on the roof. And it comes equipped with window awnings. And these are the Girard window awnings that make it very easy to pull out that loop, because they have that rubber grommet in there. The amount of frustration I've had over my lifetime trying to grab window awning straps with the awning rod right there. It's nice not to have to worry about those. And you have those on these windows here, and the bedroom window on the passenger side. Now speaking of awnings, this does have 2 boxed power Girard awnings on the roof, and you'll have almost 40 feet of covered cantilevered awning space, which means they drop down to cast even more shade than normal boxed awnings. Of course, you can stop these any place in between, so you don't have to put them all the way out. And these do have the LED light strips, which do a great job of brightening up this patio space. So a lot of RV living has taken outside the RV. You don't just spend your entire time living in the RV. And that's a tremendous amount of shade as a patio, a garage, or to cast some shade on the side of the RV to keep you out of the western sun and the Arizona desert, if that's where you end up, like I always end up. And I know one of the bigger upgrades that the previous owner did was add fire extinguishers in the basement too. I'm beginning to think we should probably ask the manufacturers to add a lot more of those too. I'm gonna go ahead and put the awnings back away again, then I'll meet you inside and we'll do a quick little walkthrough on that too. This is absolutely gorgeous. All right guys, well welcome to the inside of this 2025 Phaeton. And I got it cleaned up after a trip across the country. I didn't make that big of a mess though. Now the previous owner did point out a discoloration in the dash right there that he didn't understand how it happened, but I told him that he could have just got a dash mat and everything would have been fine. But otherwise, I don't really think there's anything not to like with this 40-foot long coach. I'm really amazed how much they can fit into this. And 10 years ago, this would have been top-of-the-line luxury. So it's really amazing to me that they put this in a Phaeton. The first thing I want to point out is that this is a true level floor throughout the entire RV, so there is no step up you have to worry about in the back over the engine compartment. And I do like the upholstery that was done on the driver's and passenger seat. I found them to be very comfortable, and this has the quick release lever for the adjustable armrest, and rather than a knob or the pull levers like you might see on the base of the chairs too. I found those to be a lot more easy to operate when you're driving down the road. Now speaking of driving down the road, no complaints for me as a driver. I had no issues. The dash was very easy to understand. It looks like that has been updated a little bit. I could find the mileage much easier of that. And speaking of that, we are now just over 4,000 miles. So I put on, about 1,200 miles, just like I said. Even the gauges for the fuel and the def, a lot easier to understand. Now, the engine brake, that did work out well for me. I use that quite a bit. I'm still not a big fan of the transmission shifter right there, but I will still complain about the screen brightness on the backup side view camera and the time delay. Driving at night, it does ruin your night vision just a little bit. And then the lag between turn signal and not turn signal, and trying to find out if you're safely in the lane when you're moving over. That's a pretty long lag. So I mostly just use the mirrors just like I normally tell people to use. Now, I didn't point out on the floors down below, this is a high gloss ceramic or porcelain tile, and it does reflect that beautiful ceiling above that they did change a little bit from what they normally do on these ceilings. Even the puck lights have a little bit of a mimic of the arc of that ceiling in right there. But this does have the 2-zone heated radiant flooring on it too. And once you have that, it's really hard not to want that. Above the dash, it's pretty standard Allegro affair. This is all solid wood cabinetry. It is painted gray, and it does have the over-the-road TV above the dash right there, because on this one, it's not going to be surprising to know that right behind the sofa right there is going to be the TV lift. That'll come out of the countertop. Now, all the countertops on this is going to be a solid surface material, and this does have another sound bar, I think JBL sound bar above it right there. I think it does a really decent job of blocking out the entire window. Now, you can still put the roller shades down behind it because they are manual day and night roller shades, so you know I really enjoy that. And so sitting over here on the recliner, you don't have to worry about light bleeding in from the window behind it. And of course, the sun is on the western part of the sky, or the motorhome right there. Now, this does have the 2 power recliners on it, and the switches are in a good location. You're not going to accidentally hit them. Now, if I'm going to complain about anything, it's not the upholstery. The stitching is really nice on this, but man, this is a very deep cabinet right there. So I guess if you didn't know any better, you could hide stuff right there, and most nobody would find out. Moving further back, you can see they added a little bit of a flourish to the edge of the countertop here, and they changed the design on the pull-out countertop extension. Instead of this whole box being a big slide out that honestly, when you're trying to get the drawer open right here, it comes way out to there, and it's very flimsy. They did redesign this, so now the top is just like a pull-out cutting board, and it does lock into place, so it doesn't push back in really easily. I'm kind of a big fan that they changed that around. Of course, we still have the pop-up outlets that you're going to find on most of these Tiffin products, and the stovetop cover is still removable with a 2-burner glass top induction stovetop down below it. Above, it's going to be an LG convection oven microwave. Worked out really well. And this one is equipped with a Fisher & Paykel drawer dishwasher. Nice. Just rear of that, it does have an asymmetrical under countertop mounted stainless steel sink. I think this is one of the better sink setups I've seen lately, because it has a big sink right here and just a small sink. You can leave this cover on so you have more countertop space, of course. That's a good looking Allegro bus right behind me. But one Tiffin at a time. Below that, again, you have more storage down below. No complicated pull-out section down here, but it does have above the pull-out drawers made out of solid wood here. And look at that. We even have Bob Tiffin's signature on that door. Now, just across the way, I did point out the sofa. This sofa does turn into a bed. And when I tell you this is basically a brand new motorhome, this full-size mattress with intercoil and air mattress topper on it hasn't even been used. It still has the plastic on it, and it has the built-in pump and controls right there. And while it won't necessarily impress a lot of people, they put some anti-slip material on the bottom side of that cushion on both sides so that it doesn't creep out on you as you're sitting on it. I've ran into that a lot too. So again, I like it when manufacturers improve their product. Now, surprisingly, back here, it does have the dinette booth with the matching upholstery on it. And yes, there are pull-out drawers on both sides. But the surprising part is that this does not extend out. This is a fixed position dinette. Just rear of that, it does have a pantry, a good-sized pantry, instead of the whole pantry being this great big wall that's kind of awkward to operate. You have individual drawers, just push to release and lock them into place. Rear of that's going to be the residential refrigerator, water and ice in the door, freezer section down below, and like I told the owner, I was really surprised that Tiffin was so brave to put a latch on this pace right there. I ran into a problem a few years ago, ruining a refrigerator by putting screws right there. So they knew where to put the screws, not me. Now just across from there is the new whole house control center. Instead of being a long, I guess, landscape mode, they've turned it up on end, so it's more of a portrait mode. A little bit more intuitive how to operate this system now. So I do like it when they upgrade things. And then right here, well, you can do some of the slide out rooms and the vents from here too. You can also do the TV. You can lower it from here also. Now this is a 40-foot long motorhome, but it is a bath and a half, so it does have the front hinged solid wood door. And because Tiffin likes to be consistent, we do have a gap down at the bottom and not much of a gap at the top. So that might need a little bit of adjustment or shimming. But it does have a gravity toilet up front right here. So it's not a macerating toilet, it's just a direct shot into the black tank there. The questionable window, but at least you do have a screen in front of it, easy to close off. That same solid surface material, but an under countertop mounted ceramic sink and a matching tile backsplash right there. I really like that. It's a handsome backsplash, and of course mirrored medicine cabinets above that. We can move past this pocket door into the bedroom. Again, that is a solid wood, it's just painted gray. And there are 4 slide outs on here. So we have 2 more rear slide outs here. This is the beginning of one of the slide out rooms. I'll turn the heated flooring off too. And this is, of course, the 4th slide out room, which is a king size bed. Now this bed does not articulate or get out of the way, but it does have storage underneath right there. And really comfortable bed on this. Again, I think it's brand new. You do have a nice padded, easy to clean headboard on it. And while you have the sconce lights, you also have the reading lights you can push to turn on above. And these cabinets are a lot shorter than most of the cabinets, and they don't stick out, so I don't think you'll be hitting your heads on that. You have USB charging here, but that doesn't light up. I swear Tiffin must be listening to me. But you also have the screen over there. It might take a little bit too long to time out, but check this out. They've even included metal brackets to hold the window balance on. It's not just one screw at the bottom holding them on anymore, so it shouldn't have a problem of falling off and pulling loose from the wall anymore. So again, I like to see it when they improve their products. And this does have a 12-volt ceiling fan you can control from either side of the bed right there. And this one actually doesn't hit the slide out rooms when it's closed and you turn the fan on accidentally. Now just across from the bed, you do have the bedroom TV in that 4th slide out room I was talking about. They do have a hamper, and they do have the entertainment center down here. Pretty standard Tiffin for the past at least 10 years, right? But I do like that instead of having 2 big drawers right here, they went with 4 of them, because the big long drawers do seem to walk or rack back and forth a little bit. Really nice countertops are extended into here. They're not laminate, and you have your emergency exit right there. And again, thankfully, more manual shades. And if we move past this big pocket door, we'll find the rear bathroom. And this is where it's going to be a level floor throughout the entire back right here. Now I can tell you, without getting too personal, the previous owner was quite tall, and they had no complaints about this shower here. So my small, diminutive 6-foot status shouldn't convince anybody. We do have a, I don't know, that's probably closer to a 8-inch step up right there. But I'm 6 foot tall. I didn't have to duck my head coming in or out, and there's lots of room in here. This does have the aquamizer feature on it, but no rainfall shower head above. Maybe one of my favorite features is going to be the skylight cover. Now they've upgraded this to be metal. I think it's aluminum now, and it's powder coated. And on the aquamizer feature, I don't think I've ever told you guys this, but if you turn it on, what's going to happen, if it's not lit up, this blue will actually discolor into a gray. Get some light on there so you can see it. So now you can see that it's gray. It's not blue like the color around it anymore. So we do have hot water right there. So we could go ahead and turn it off and turn the shower on to a normal feature. One cool thing about this is that I didn't point out how particular the previous owner was. They used RO, reverse osmosis water, when they filled up the fresh water tank. So we don't really have any water spots on the shower. Now just rear of that, below the other questionable privacy window, is going to be the macerating toilet. Now this is a ceramic toilet and it does operate just fine. One nice thing about this privacy shade is that because of the balance right there, there is no peekaboo coming through when you're in the shower. A lot of people ask me, how do you work on the engine? Because this has a rear radiator on it. You can see this cutout in the tile right there. That's engine access. And then you have the screws right there to give you engine access too. It's really not too difficult. And because it's tile flooring instead of carpet back here, I'm not saying I want to work on the engine, but at least you don't have to worry about getting your oily, greasy hands all over carpet that's impossible to clean off in the future. So it isn't too difficult to work on the engine back here. It is quite serviceable. Now over here you might be able to see the vinyl trim that attaches the glass to the metal frame is loose. That'll probably just have to be addressed a little bit too, but that's not too uncommon. Looking across from the toilet area here, you can see the vanity. Now that is a continuation of the bedroom slide way at the front right there. It is made out of the same solid surface countertop that you'll find throughout the coach. And this again, under countertop mounted ceramic sinks, the exact same backsplash that you'll see in the galley and in the front bathroom. Lots of mirrored medicine cabinets above, lots of storage drawers down below. If I have any real critique, it's just that I'm really surprised there's not some under countertop LED indirect lighting right there. Across from here, this was a Tiffin innovation like 20 years ago, having that sliding door that hides your laundry center. It does have a stacked washer and dryer, and these doors have actually worked out pretty well. For a long time they were a bifold door, and those doors were very problematic. Next to that's going to be two sliding mirrored closet doors, and these have a nice bevel on it, so it does dress it up just a little bit. But what I do like to see is that the closet rod does have the LED light strip on it, and it does have the built-in wall safe. I don't think that was ever used, the owner said. But thanks for joining me as we picked up and did an inspection and test drive on this 2025 Tiffin Phaeton. Absolutely gorgeous coach. It's nearly brand new. I just got it here to Doug Sewell with Sewell Motor Coach in Harrodsburg, Kentucky. I don't even know if he knows what he's going to charge for it. So what I will do is I'll just put the information in the description down below, and you'll just have to reach out and contact them to find out what they're asking for it. It's only got 4,000 miles on it, and it's nearly pristine. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. I got to get to the airport. Bye. And all right, guys, I got to get the ceiling lights off, and I'm going to get down on the road. And all right, guys, I still got to take the all right, believe it or not, I forgot. And then I'll meet you inside, and we'll do it. And then I'll meet you inside, and we'll do a quick little. And then I'll meet you inside, and we'll do a quick walk. Then I'll meet you inside, the inside.